Family, welcome back to Just Quit, the podcast putting the battery in your back to quit your day job and giving you the keys to be a successful entrepreneur. I'm your host, Darius Ricks, and joining us today is Chef Ty, who's the owner of Ty's Hometown Bistro, an award-winning food truck down here in South Florida.
Yes.
Ty, how you doing today?
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm good.
Good.
I know we've had a couple of conversations over the past year or so of me trying to get you as a client and you telling me no, it's too soon, but I'll use you at some point, which is fine. I've enjoyed our conversations and I know a little bit about your story, but I look forward to getting to learn more about you today, and hopefully some of the things that you've learned can help some of our audience today.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Cool.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
So I like to think that getting ready to make the leap into full-time entrepreneurship starts before the day you quit your job, right? With that being said, can you tell me when do you think your mindset shifted to wanting to become an entrepreneur?
Okay, so for me, it was during COVID season. And I was working at the Everglades Correctional Facility. When COVID hit, it was like a massive outbreak. So for me, my mind had shifted then because I knew at that point I didn't want to take a chance on either catching COVID or either I was going to stay home. I didn't have no job, but I always had in mind that I wanted to open up either a baking shop or either a restaurant. So I've already had that in my mind. So I said, I'm going to go full force with this and see what I can do during the time of COVID, because that was more of my kind of isolation time, should I say. So it gave me more time to think. So that actually made me push into gears. And then also my son, he said something one day. I cook a ribeye steak for dinner, and he come home, he eat. He was like, "You don't want to be great." I looked at him. I'm
Kids
like,
are
"Want to
rude.
be great? What that mean?" He was actually saying, "This is really good. Like, you're wasting your talent." So that made me look at myself a little bit different. Like, you really got something here. You got some skills. Not only could I bake, and I learned that from scratch. Like, I went on YouTube, figured it out, started baking cakes for celebrities and different people in the neighborhood. It started off with cheesecakes. Then it started off to big cakes. And then I started off with actually cooking for my kids on a day-to-day basis. And that's what put me in a groove with food.
Gotcha. So how long was it between when your son challenged you to when you decided, okay, I'm leaving this day job and I'm gonna start my own thing?
It was about 3 years later, 3 or 4 years later.
Wow.
It always stuck with me what he said. It's my oldest son. It always stuck with me, like, you don't want to be great. And I kept saying, what you mean I don't want to be great? So it kind of stuck with me, and it kind of pushed me forward to actually pursue my goals and my dreams.
Okay, so in that time, in those 3 years, and in the 3 years from you had that conversation with your son to you leaving the job, and let's go into the first year or two of starting your entrepreneurial journey, what were some of your conversations with yourself like? What were the doubts and or beliefs that you had in yourself that you were having in this time period?
Well, the beliefs I had in myself is that I can do it, because I felt like I had so much to bring to the table when it came to just my art and craft, because food is just not food to me. It's an art, it's a craft, it's a taste, it's a palate. It brings family together, it brings love together. It actually brings me and my kids together. That's what we do on like Sunday brunches or things like that. So that kind of pushed me and motivated me to say, you know what? You can actually own your own business. And even though it started out with baking, I received a phone call on Christmas Eve. I was out shopping for some gifts, and I got a phone call saying, hey, you entered this, competition or whatever. She said, I'm like, no, I didn't. I'll call you back on Monday. This was on a Saturday. I wound up calling them back on a Monday, and I got the call, and he was like, oh, we was looking forward to you calling back. We have a opportunity for you. It's with 30 chefs. Are you interested? Well, who entered me in this competition? They was like, I don't know, but your name was on the list. I said, okay, so let's give this a kick. So I want to be in. They was like, you're the last person that we was waiting for within those 30 chefs, so you're in. So that gave me the platform I needed to actually move forward with wanting to pursue my dream as a chef.
Got you. So I'll say, so is it safe to say when you left, did you really have a formal plan? Or
No.
was it just a decision? I'm out of here and I'll figure it out.
It was just a decision. I'll work it out. I'm going to trust God. I'm going to trust the process. That's basically what it was. It was hands down. I'm going to trust this process. I don't know how I got here, but I'm going to put everything I have into this, and I'm going to go for it.
Okay, so when it comes to replacing your income, what was your thought at first? Like, how did you go into it? Because I know for me, Whenever I would talk to people about my story, they always, hey, how'd you do it? You got a wife, you got 2 kids, yada, yada, yada. But I prepared financially for it. Like, yes, I may have quit my job in 2024, but I was planning to do it since 2019. So, like, how was that for you, just financially preparing?
I didn't have a plan. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not have a plan. This was a do or die situation for me.
Gotcha.
I knew I had to go to this class. I had to give it everything I had because I had no plan B. And remember, I had just left my job at the prison. So when you went to school, you couldn't work. I was in school from 7 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. I had no time to work. And then when I got home, I studied. So at that point, I was just relying on basically my savings that I had.
Right.
My mom was helping support. My brother was helping support. I just had a lot of family support at that time, and they understood the goal and they understood the assignment. So I had that backbone to actually brace me. And also, I trust God. I'm not going to lie to you. That's my backup plan. I prayed about it. I said, God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I had just bought a new house. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew it was going to work out eventually.
Walk by faith, not by sight.
There you go. And I walked by a whole lot of faith. Let me tell you, I have faith of a penny mustard seed. There wasn't even a seed there to get. But I trusted the process because I knew in my heart that I had what it took to make this business work. So, honestly, yeah, faith.
Okay, so while you were in this process of this culinary competition, were you able to make any new money on your own, or was it just literally just all family support and the savings that you had?
Yep, just the savings I had and family support.
Gotcha.
That's all I had.
Gotcha. So then you sound very confident now. But when it comes to talking about confidence, was there any time where doubt hit, like the real doubt where it's like, did I make the right decision? Did I fail myself, my kids, my family? Like, what did you do when that doubt hit to remain in good spirits and kind of get out of that rut?
Doubt did hit because I was like, if this doesn't happen for me, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as work. I'm going to have to go back to a 9 to 5. That's not something I wanted to do. But I used to always tell myself, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You have to keep going. My goal was to enter this competition, study, pray, fast, and make it happen. And that's exactly what I did. Okay,
so your routine was really just leaning back into the work. So leaning back into studying and preparation for the cooking, your faith and your prayer.
There you go.
And just like and then you went really to next level of the fasting. Those were your routines.
Those were my routines. Those were the things to get me through it. And then when I fell short, I could also call my mom. And I would talk to my mom, hey, do you think I made the right decision? And she would always say, you got it in and you can do this. Same thing with my brother. He's an entrepreneur too, and he's been in business for so long. He's a jeweler and he does great. So I also leaned on him for advice on how does this work? How do I get from point A to point B? And then I actually worked for him a little bit. He actually hired me on for about 6 months. He hired me on to help him out with his jewelry company, and that kind of gave me a supplement income. Okay. So in between that, I would go down there and help him, however I can help him, and he would supplement and give me income for that. So it was actually helping me thrive throughout the time that I was in school.
Okay, that's a perfect segue into kind of the next thing I wanted to talk about. When throughout this journey did you have the first thought that, oh, this might work, where you kind of feel yourself turning the corner, you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel? What was that first instance where you had that light bulb, like, oh, like I made this one dish, or I made this one sale, or got this one client that, okay, I can believe in this and it's starting to get easier? What was that for you?
Yeah, when they called my name at that food truck competition and say, Tywanda Dupont, you won. Then I knew I had to step up and do everything I had to do. And I had no clue how to run a food truck. So for me, it's like they don't hand me this business, even though we do the business plan and we go through the courses and you go through the classes. But it's nothing like being hands-on with this truck, because now you're working with different propane tanks. You're working with gas. You're working with parts. I'm learning things I didn't even know about. You understand? Like, connections on how this cord work, a pigtail for the truck, this spark plug went out. So I knew in that moment that it was either do or die for me. You're going to learn this food truck. You're going to figure it out every step of the way. And I knew that I had it. Once I got in that truck, and I had to handle it too, like driving it, because I'm the only one that drive it. That's a big old truck. I knew I had to get my stuff together. Like, baby, we got to get this together. You have to do this. That's when I knew this was for me, because I put so much work and so much time and so much effort into just learning it, trusting the process. You have to trust the process of whatever you do in life.
I think you touched on a major point there. What a lot of people fail to realize, like, people over dramatize the grind, people over dramatize the success or being there, but not a lot of people really touch upon what it's like to actually be successful. Dealing with success is a skill that people don't understand you need to have as well. It's one thing to understand not having, but once you start to have the things that you want or that you ask for, and how to deal with them on a day-to-day, people don't understand that's a skill within itself, because a lot of people crash out that way as well.
They do. I almost had some crash out moments too. I'm not gonna lie.
What was it that kind of pushed you to that brink where you felt like you were going to crash out? Like, what was
My truck kept breaking down. Every time I wouldn't go to events, even down south, I would come to events, that truck would break down. They would tell me $550 to tow it, $350 to tow it. And it was just continuously, because, you know, we got older trucks, but you can't really complain because it's a blessing to you. So they were breaking down. That was a lot of time and effort and money put towards that. You start a new business. You're not making any money yet. So how, if you're not making money, how are you going to put back into it? So I was pouring from an empty cup to fill another cup. So it was back and forth with the breaking down, to this, to that. So it was like everything was coming my way. Then you got business licenses. People don't really talk about the Band-Aids you have to snatch off in business. You understand? They tell you about the good things. Oh, I made success. I made $1 million. Honestly, you don't make a lot in your first 5 years. You don't, because you have so many complications with business. Sometimes business is good. Sometimes businesses have an okay day. Sometimes you make $200. Sometimes you make $50 a day. You have to be prepared for those moments, and you have to have a strong foundation, and you have to have a good support system. I would say support is everything. If you don't have that, you're not going to make it, because it's plenty of days I make $1, and I wanted to close that truck down and just crash out and say I give up. But you know what? I knew I couldn't. My craft was too good. I hadn't put too much work and time into this food truck, and I knew that I believed in me, and I believed in what I put on the table for anybody to eat, because it's nurturing. The food is nurturing. It's good. These hands work wonderful. Trust me.
So you touched on it, the first 5 years being a lot harder than what people expected, right?
Yes.
So for you, what was the thing that was harder than you expected, and what was like easier? Like when it came to running the business, running the food truck, what was something that was so hard and you would have never been able to guess it yourself until you actually went through it?
Finding employees. That's a tough position to be in when you own a food truck, and then also just making sure that they could prepare the meals the way you prepare, because consistency is everything. That's just like if I hire you, you come on my food truck, my mindset is like, okay, he has to get this in order step by step in order to make this work. And I make the food truck keep going consistent, because people come back for consistency. Customer service, consistency. I struggle with finding employees that can actually handle everything, as far as like, say you can handle the grill, you can handle the fryer. No. They was getting stressed out just by 5 orders being on the table. So that put me in a compromising position. Okay, it's your business. You have to take control of the situation. So I decided not to hire anybody anymore, and I started to work that truck full time by myself. So I was the cashier, which I'm still is now. I'm the cook, and I do all the services on the truck. Only time I do hire people are my kids. They come in. They've been very helpful from day one, but they do main events. They have school now. They have lives now. So my challenges would be finding reliable sources to work the food truck.
Gotcha.
That is a major issue when it comes to the food industry.
Gotcha. So, and these are conversations that we've had behind closed doors. But what are you doing? And this might be a spot for you to look into your camera and ask somebody if they're looking for work. What are you looking for to fill that gap, or this person that you're looking for to help build your team, so you can get out of the truck and stop running the fryer, the cashier, and handing out the meals at the same time?
Let's see. I just want to offer people an opportunity to be seen and heard, because a lot of us don't have that opportunity. And I think if I bring somebody in, it's more for them. It's more growth, because it's building a community, building a foundation where everybody can grow from this. And finding a special person who finds pride and finds love in what they do when it comes to food. Because some people do it for the dollar. I don't do it for the money. I do it because I love it. This is a passion. I sleep, breathe, and eat it. So for me, I think having somebody that really enjoys food and what comes with that, with the hard work, the sweating, the food truck is not the easiest thing, to be on because it's hot. You're working with close-knit ovens, fryers. It's hot. It's a lot. It's exhausting. But when you find somebody that actually loves it, and if y'all love it and you want to come on this food truck, you are welcome to join me. I make it easy though. I don't put all my work on somebody else either because I'm a team player.
Right.
So when I hire somebody, we going step by step, and it's not that people couldn't last. Personal things come into play, and you have to do what's best for you at that moment when you're a business owner.
Right.
So yeah, I welcome all applications.
So switching gears a little bit, one of the things that I know is a constant struggle for myself included when it comes to newer business owners and entrepreneurs, it's getting those customers, getting that consistent clientele. How did you land your first contract or your first clients with the food truck?
So actually, my contract came through Circle of Brothers, Nana. That's who actually put on this production for us to get the food trucks, food truck entrepreneurship. They collab with Miami-Dade College, and they collab with Brightline, downtown Miami, where I'm at. We're there for 10 years. So that was my big contract. So I have a 10-year contract with Brightline, and thank God to, Circle of Brothers and Miami-Dade. And my next, I would say for me, would be more like working with like Easton Seal, Ronald McDonald House. These are organizations that actually help kids in need or struggling with health or something like that. I'm very hands-on when it comes to that. So I would say those contracts too have really landed me in a good place. And Sobe, can't forget about Sobe Food and Wine Festival. We all know that's a big deal. And I've been blessed to land that for 4 years now. This is going to be my 4th year going on with them, and I go every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's a blessing in itself because a lot of people don't get in. And they don't use them as much as they, may use Ty's hometown that just been out in business for 5 years. But I've been blessed to go every year since I had that food truck.
Okay, so you were lucky enough to get work immediately with that contract. So let's say for the person that's out there in a similar position as early Tide that doesn't have that contract that's coming with winning the competition, what would you suggest to them to help them land their first clients or their first customers for their food truck or for their restaurant?
I would say networking. Networking comes into play because now you're connecting with different people that may have some organizations that can actually help you, or you can get grants, or there's things out here where you can actually, take a part, or, just do community service to say, hey, you know what, I'm into cooking. How about you try me for a month or two? And maybe we can invest back into what I have going on as well. Just basically washing the hand and one hand washing the other. So I think that they should really look into resources and find out who's giving out scholarships or giving out food trucks. Like I went to this competition. It's people out here that's doing it. So I think they should really network. Networking is everything because you'll find out who you're connected with. This person may know this person. This person may know that person. But put yourself out there. That's the best advice I would give. Don't be scared to put yourself out there. Don't be scared to talk to people because that was my downfall. I was afraid to talk and tell people, hey, I need a little help and a little assistance here. And that could be an ego thing or, I got all it together. No, I don't have it all together. So I think connections and networking will be everything for them to start out with.
Gotcha. And you touched on this next point a little bit, just speaking on your brother's support and support from your mother and support from your kids as well. How else has your relationship changed? Your relationships in general changed since you quit your job? Relationships with other family members, with friends, or just your relationship and how you view and see yourself. How's that changed since you made this decision? So
my relationships with my group of people that I surround myself with, we're very close knit. So my administrative person, her name is Crystal Greer. She used to be my boss at Jackson Hospital when I worked there. So she transferred over. She does my invoices. That's who, reach out for the jobs and the emails and contact people when it's time to do catering services. So that brought us so close, and she understands the process. She gets it, and she's very, very consistent with the steps she take in my life as far as me being a business owner. She's very happy for you. Find people that is happy for you. Find people that want to push you and see you thrive and see you do better. Those connections will last, and the ones that's not supposed to last are not going to last. Trust me.
So I'll say this. It sounds like you're speaking to building boundaries.
Awesome. Absolutely.
What was it? What did those boundaries look like for you? Was it putting
No,
people on
yep.
D&D, ignoring text
Yep.
messages? Like,
Don't
what
go
was
out.
that?
I wasn't going out. I wasn't going out partying. I wasn't going out for the nightlife. I wasn't going out shopping. I had to really put my life on hold in order to secure what I had going on. And some people didn't understand it. Oh, she got that food truck and she can't hang out no more. But it wasn't that. I have to stay focused. If you don't stay focused, you're going to lose track of yourself. And yeah, we have times to party and all of that. But by me talking to them and expressing to them, hey, this is where we're at right now with the business. I'm trying to thrive. I'm trying to, get this momentum going when people could come out and see actually what we have going on. So just bear with me. And those who understood are still in my circle, and those who didn't, they fell off. But there's not many people that fell off in my circle, though. I have a really good, solid community. I have to say that. I do.
Okay, so then for the listeners out there whose circle doesn't understand entrepreneurship and this dream and crazy passion that they're chasing, what's your advice to them? Should they educate their friends? Should they just ignore it? Should they try to find a new room? Like, what is it that
I think they should try to educate them, and when they don't have those ears to hear you, then maybe you need to find a new circle. That's why I say networking is important, because now you're meeting new people that is entrepreneurs. Surround yourself with entrepreneurs. Most of my friends are entrepreneurs. They have their own businesses, AC shops, they have smoke shops. My brother has his business, so I'm surrounded by entrepreneurs. So most likely my group of people understand because they're in the same position. They understand the highs and the lows. So sometimes, just like when you're married, you have to surround yourself with married men. I think that. Same thing with married women. You got single people, they do different things. When you're in a business and you're trying to thrive and you don't have that support, that could be hard. But when you find friends in that circle that's trying to grow and do the same thing you're doing, they have no problem with understanding that because they're trying to get to the same thing that you're trying to get to. And it's not even a bag. It's about long-term stability for you and your family, your kids' kids, and your mother's kids, whoever kids. You understand? You're trying to get to that point in life where you can rest throughout your day and your business working for you. You're not working for it. That's the goal for me. So I surround myself with friends that do the same thing. Nothing less.
Gotcha. And then in that time frame where you were looking to, I guess let's say find this new family or find this new support group, how did you understand what characteristics that you were looking for in these new people? Since you're branching out at an older age, because certain people think that, the only friends that I'm going to have are the friends that I met in school, whether it be middle school, high school, college, if you're fortunate enough. How did you kind of break out of those standard routines,
out of those cycles
that we have in our community that allowed you to bring new people into your life?
I just allowed myself to really move with discernment. And I prayed about it. Before I asked God to bring anybody in my circle, I actually sat down and said, okay, God, this is where I'm at. And I'm not growing with these people here. So what can you do to bring more people in my circle that would allow me to thrive and allow me to be the best that I can become? So I'm going to tell you a story. I actually met my content creator at my food truck. She came there to get a plate of food. And a guy had offered her and said, hey, I'm going to pay for her food. Younger girl. So I'm saying, okay. She was like, this is really good. I'm going to be back to do some content for you. Now, mind you, I don't know how to do content. I was struggling with this on social media. I'm like, God, I'm going to be doomed. I'm never going to make it. If I can't put this content out, how am I going to show people that, I got this great food here? I'm not posting right. I'm not wording it right. I'm not doing all the hashtags. I'm like, what am I going to do? So I told the girl, I said, you're not going to come back. The next day she came back and she stuck with me ever since. She's my content creator, and that's when I say, it's your aura, it's your energy for me. And I think for me, I treat people how I want to be treated. I move with a pure heart. I don't have no malicious intents when I meet people, and I think that's what they pick up from me. So for me, it's like, how can I help you grow? Anybody that come in my circle, I'm helping them grow. Not only my business, but if you got content creation, let's do that. If you got, advertisement or somebody has a business over here, let's work on that, but we can also work on this together. So it's all about a team for me. So how I know what people to choose, it's just how comfortable I feel around them, how comfortable I am with them, and how much I'm willing to let them into my life, as much as they're open to let me in their lives. And it works out good for me. I've been able to meet a lot of great people based off conversations and really just getting to hear their story as well. And if it aligns, then I go with it. If it don't, I leave it where it's at.
Heard that. Heard that. So kind of coming towards the tail end of this interview, there's a couple more questions, but I think these would definitely help a lot of our listeners more than others. So if someone listening wanted to quit their job in the next 6 to 12 months, what are 3 moves they should make starting this week?
Okay, so I got a new outlook on that. I would say have a plan.
That makes sense.
Have a plan, because I learned that late in the game. I did not have a plan, y'all, but I knew in my heart I was going to make it. So I would say have a plan, pray, journal, and then find a circle, even if it's like a group of people that's new entrepreneurs that can actually help you and give you advice, because they're struggling too, trying to figure out if they're going to leave their 9 to 5. But I would say if you have a plan and you know what you want to do in life, and you know, okay, I'm going into filming or a production or a podcast, like you took a chance, you're here, and I met you a while back. This is great. You took a chance. So I would tell them to take a chance. But just have a plan.
Okay.
Have a plan.
And you think the most important one is what? Taking the chance?
Taking a chance. You could take a chance. You take a chance on everybody else, right? Take a chance on you. You take a chance to go clock into somebody else's job. You take a chance to go get in that car and drive every day. You take a chance to go get on that airplane. So why not take a chance on you? Who is more important than you? Take a chance. You never know. You can't fail you. Only way you fail you if you don't be consistent and you don't pour into yourself how you pour into others. Just like I'm pouring into you, I'm pouring into myself. My cup is not going to run empty. That's when you set boundaries. So I think that you should take a chance. If you got in your heart, you know you got this gift, and you know God say, I'm going to bless you with this, do it. Take a chance. But just have a plan. Even if it don't have to be a perfect plan, because people think they have to have it all together. I didn't have it all together. I didn't. But I trusted the process. And I came up with a plan eventually, but I didn't always have a plan. And it will come to you as you go, especially if you love what you do and you have a passion for it. You can't do nothing go up. It's just up from here. That's how I look at it. So I say take a chance. Take a chance. Find a community where you can get some support. Find people that is starting out that need your support. And find people you can network with. Somebody may do, say, catering. Like I'm a chef. I may do catering. Somebody may do photography. Somebody may do podcasting. Connect with these people. That's where you can help each other build and grow. So that's how I look at it. Take a chance. Do not take a chance on you. We take a chance every day. Take a chance.
Gotcha. So one of the things for me, and what I try to kind of convey to other people, is knowing when it's time to quit. Because sometimes it's days where it's just, I'm annoyed with my manager, I'm annoyed with my boss, I want to quit just because I'm annoyed today.
Yeah.
How did you know that, oh, it's not just today, but I'm done with this life? How did you know it was time for you to leave?
Because I know there's more purpose for me to not be on somebody's 9 to 5 job. I was pushing paper. I didn't want to do that. I have so much of gift and so much to offer people. I knew when I walked into my job, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with clocking in. I didn't want to go anymore. I got lazy with it. So it's for me like, why are you doing this? You could be working for yourself. Figure it out. So for me, it was just being unhappy.
So
I did not like a 9 to 5 job.
So you say that the clear sign for you was just like waking up just and going.
I wasn't happy. Yeah, I wasn't happy. I was not happy with it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go anymore. And I was trying to figure out how I could take a leave of absence for 6 months so I could think about it. So when you get to that place and you're just sick and tired of being tired, you'll make that move.
Okay, so then I kind of want to tie it back to the very first question that we had.
Mm-hmm.
When it finally hit you, like, oh, wow, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, or I'm not happy anymore doing anything. How long did it take you from that point to I'm putting in my 2 weeks?
I ain't putting no 2 weeks in.
Oh?
I left. Yeah, I didn't know. I'm just not coming
So
back.
they're still waiting on you to clock in right now?
Yeah, And they say you don't burn bridges, but I don't feel like I burned because I gave them the best I had when I was there. And for me, when COVID came, that was my way out. Honestly, that really pushed me out the door. Yeah, I wasn't going back. It was nothing they can tell me to make me come back. They was like, if you don't come back in 2 weeks, your job gonna be gone. Okay. I even gave away my car to somebody that needed it. That's how serious I was. I was not going back. I eliminated everything in my life. And I said, I'm just going to focus and I'm going to figure it out. And look, I walked around on my savings, and guess what? So I got a phone call a couple days before Christmas. You entered this competition. I didn't enter no competition. It worked out. You have to have so much faith within what God can do for you. And you have to know that he's going to do it. And he's going to show up right on time. And honestly, that's how I live my life. He's going to show up for me because I show up for him. I don't hide that I love him. I don't force anybody to love him if they don't love him, but I do. That's how I've been getting by. My story is more than meets the eye at this point, but trust me, I trust God.
Well, that is a story worth telling, and I'm glad that you were able to tell me. It wasn't the whole story, but more than I've ever heard so far, and I really appreciate it, and thank you for your time, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Like you said to me probably a year ago, don't worry, we got more work to come.
Oh, wait, and then you asked me about a plan, so let me tell you about my plan. So, y'all, I came up with a plan. Let me show y'all my plan. Those sauces, my sticky sauce and my seasoning. Let me tell you something. That's my long-term money. I look at that as a gift. I'm so sorry. That's my baby. I birthed that. So, for me, let me tell you, stick with your plan, trust your process, and just find you a good support system. And find you a good boss like me. So y'all better come on down to that food truck and come get this job.
Tell them.
Come get this job.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.